I'm Justin.
I'm Tariq.
Okay, so today we're going to be talking about the movie Good Will Hunting. I'm going to ask you a few questions about it. How would you describe the main character? What are their goals? What problems do they face?
Well, Will has a lot of problems with his childhood, and like the whole movie, like that's kind of like his biggest battle is like some secretive dark past that he has, or something you can tell something is like bothering him deep down, and he's not like his actual self. Like there's something he's hiding.
I feel like a lot of the goal is to essentially find Will a goal. The professor is trying to get him to go to all these job interviews, which he avoids obviously. But yeah, I guess the main thing is that the movie is trying to get Will a purpose, and he finally like understands at the end why having a purpose is important. I guess.
What do the main characters learn about themselves? And how do they change?
Well, I think Will learns a lot. I mean, he's the most dynamic character in the movie. Like, he's the one that we follow and everything. And I think he changes by like, he's kind of immature, and he's kind of like not willing to love anybody, and he's like very to himself. He doesn't care for anything else. You know, he just wants what's his, and he doesn't see the bigger picture of like life and everything. And I think what matures him and like what proves his maturity is when towards the end of the movie when he goes and goes with the girl.
Yeah, and he decides to chase after a better future for himself.
Mm-hmm.
He tries to better himself.
Yeah.
And in the beginning, he was very self-destructive. He was in court. He was a janitor at MIT.
He was in denial.
Yeah, he was in denial. He was running away from his potential, basically.
Mm-hmm.
How does the film end? Is everything resolved? How? If not, why not?
I mean, to me, this is my favorite ending from like any movie ever. It's like, to me, the plot was like, it was so huge. There were so many characters involved in it, and there were so many subplots, and it all ended like together. It all like, when the movie ended, so did the rest of the stories within inside the movie was. You know, all the subplots with the girlfriend, the friends, the workers, you know, all the people that he interacts with, they all have their own little story, and it all ends by the end of the film. Like, we all know, like, I like how the way they set it up to where, like, we learn who the characters are throughout the movie, and, like, by the end of the movie, we know, you know, we know, like, what each character is doing by just watching it.
Yeah, I would say, like, the end of that movie is definitely the definition of a bittersweet ending. I'd say, like, while he may not have got the girl at the end, he found a reason to keep fighting for that girl. And I think, like I said, that's the main point of the movie, to find Will a goal, and to find Will a reason to keep fighting.
Well, we really don't know, like, if he got the girl.
We don't know.
Yeah.
But
he went after her.
We know he wants to better himself now, and
Yeah.
I think that's all that really matters.
And that's how he grew up.
Yeah.
Does the film work like the real world? If not, what are the differences?
I mean, I think it does.
Yeah, I definitely think it does. I definitely feel like there's a lot of people in small, low-income areas that just aren't trying to better themselves. But if they really did find the motivation, they could be something truly special.
Yeah, I totally believe that's like realistic. Like somebody that has like tons of talent in a certain field, but like won't pursue it because of some other reasons, or like some type of moral feeling that they won't be good enough, or self-conscious stuff. I think that story itself like could be happening right now.
I think all like it really takes is for like someone to catch interest into something like that. Like that's what happened with Will. He caught someone's interest, and they gave him that push he needed to
And the
like,
opportunity.
to finally start like progressing in life.
What choices do the characters make? What motivates them? What are the consequences?
Well, I mean, at least Will makes a lot of different like choices, and he has a lot of different motivations behind it. I mean, the one that pops to my mind first is Skylar, and his final choice between whether he wants to be the most famous, genius, revered, smartest mathematician of all time, or like go with the girl that he's in
The
love
girl of
with.
his dreams, yeah.
Yeah. And like his whole motivation of that was the movie itself. Like every interaction he had with every character, telling him what to do with his life, what he should do, what he wants to do. Like the scene with like pretty much every scene with Robin Williams and Matt Damon, and then the scene with Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, the two best friends, when they had that talk in the construction field, talking about.
If you stay in this town,
yeah.
I'm gonna kill you, basically.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
He's saying, get out of here. You're way better than this town. So, you know.